go ahead and get into it. It's like 21 after. And I know Misha's ready to. She's ready to go. She had enough of seven for one weekend.
Yeah, it should be all right.
Yeah, stay upstairs right now. And JJ just called and told me, "What's up, King of Self Love?" He won't be back until two. So, um, and I know she got to go pick up her son and do her own thing. What's up? Good morning. How are you?
What's up, Ted?
Good morning, Coach.
So we're just gonna get into it. Welcome back to 31 Voices, and this is the space where truth meets transformation and stories shape the soul. I'm your host, Diamond Travel. We have Timika Lovebug, Mother Central, Liddy Lit, and Mama Nista.
Litty lit.
Hey, for today.
You are now listening to season two, episode seven. Y'all believe we are episode seven
Hey,
already?
Teddy. Good
Wow.
morning.
Where healed women heal women. Why personal healing is a revolutionary act. Today we're going to dive deep into this radical world shifting power of healing, not just for yourself, but for your lineage, your community, and generations to come. So, because here's the truth: when a woman heals herself, she becomes a mirror, like a lighthouse, and a legacy. So let's talk about it. What does well, Mika, this might be a question for you. Like, what do inner work to break cycles and to become the healer you need means to you? Um,
Well,
well,
healing, first of all, you got to get down to what healing is,
let's go.
right? So, healing is the process of reclaiming yourself, whether it be your body, your story, your spirit, reclaiming it from whatever tried to take it away from you, whether it be your health, relationship healing, emotional healing. All of it is all tied together. So it's if I want to get a little poetic about it, healing literally comes from a word that means Old English, which is helion, which means to make whole. Um, it's not just about people confuse healing with curing whatever it is, but really, if I want to get poetic with it, it's sort of like if you want to say you're physically healing your body, you're knitting your bones and your cells and your tissues and everything back together as one.
Hmm.
Um, Emotionally, it means to feel without being consumed or turning and turning whatever has made you unhealed into wisdom. Spiritually, it's reconnecting to the meaning and to source and to know what parts of you uh, that it's more than just your body. And if it's relationship wise, it's healing and repairing bonds between you, others, in your community. And if you really want to get too deep with it, it's repairing your your connection and your bond with Earth itself. When we go into that part of everything, then you can start breaking it down a little bit more.
Right, it's not always pretty. A lot of time, it's not always peaceful. It could be painful. So, like you said, it's like facing the truth about your past, your pain, your patterns, those that type of thing. It's like having a hard conversation with yourself.
The shadow work is, and I have to say it honestly, shadow work is probably one of the most rawest forms of healing because you really get down to the bare bones of why. When you get to the root cause of why you are feeling the way that you are or why you are the way that you are exposing yourself so, and the only word I can say is raw. right? It's like cutting really deep. Go ahead and say it. J to the motherfucking Donna. You know?
Jay to the mother. Donna.
No.
Good morning, Jay, to the Donna.
Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good. How are
Good.
you
How are
How
feeling?
you doing?
Mm.
H-Town's finest.
I'm resting right now, trying to feel better.
Oh,
Rough night, rough weekend?
Yes.
Okay. So, we're talking about healed women heal women and why personal healing is like a revolutionary act. That's what we're getting into today.
So we were talking about shadow work, right?
Yeah.
So the shadow comes from Carl Jung. Um, and it refers to the aspects of yourself of things that you deem to be unacceptable, unworthy, or too messy to show to the world. So instead of destroying them, the practice is about integrating it, right? So it's like shining a lantern on the shadow or on that so it becomes less of a monster for you and becomes more of a, I like to say it's like going in and looking underneath the bed or going into that closet or keeping the door open so that the shadow monsters come out and then facing that shadow and making it your best friend so that you can use that as fuel to be a more healed person at the end of the day. It is definitely radical honesty about who you are. Um, Noticing, and I'll use this as examples. Radical honesty with yourself. It's like noticing when you are jealous of things, resentments, rage, fears, and saying, "Yeah, that's mine," and I own it, right? And instead of burying it, transmuting it into love and using it as fuel to know and have a better understanding of who you are as a person, right? Tracing the roots. Um, the shadows usually sprout from childhood wounds, cultural conditioning, experiences where you just aren't your transparent or authentic self and you weren't safe. So when you get to the root of it, you know, I always and I tell my clients, the ones that I work with on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, a consistent basis, you know, when you work with someone like me, it's best to have a licensed therapist as well, or a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist, because although I don't condone the use of medication, there might be a need for medication to get you stable, and then we can get you on something holistic, you know what I mean, to offset it. But sometimes, and I'm just being real as a holistic practitioner, sometimes just meditating isn't always going to help you, especially if you have something that is a chemical imbalance in your brain and it's something that you're missing. You might need to get that fixed in order to actually handle what you're opening. So I don't always just say, oh, yeah, go get the shadow workbook and start doing it. And then let somebody go off free willy nilly. And because you're really opening up wounds that when you're in your 50s, you're talking about 5 decades worth of experiences, 4 decades, 3 decades, 6 decades, you know, of experiences that you've held underneath the surface. And you've been hanging on because okay, you've learned to just tuck it underneath there and just not deal with it because it's easier just to tuck it away and not deal with it, you know. But when you really start healing, it's when you start peeling those scabs away, or you start peeling those layers away, and you really start looking at that stuff. And it's not an easy thing to do. And it's not going to happen overnight. Like, you've got to allow yourself grace. And you have to let others know and be transparent. Hey, I'm in a healing journey right now. So I'm not always going to be happy. I'm not always going to be, I'm not always going to want to go out here and be frolicking and stuff. Some of these days I'm going to need a hug. And some of these days I might just need you just to be quiet and just listen and hold space for me. And others, I just, you know what I mean? I want to go party and I want to go celebrate because, I've overcome this fear. And it all goes down into, that underlying basis of fear. So not to take over everything, but I just wanted to let you guys know that there's layers to healing, and we have to be very transparent or very open about the components that it takes to truly heal. And it's not something that's going to happen overnight. I made a conscious decision in my life when I was in my early 20s to start therapy. That was that was 30 years ago, to start therapy. And I'm still healing now.
I think we all are. Lady Lit, Mama Nista J2, any one of you want to speak on healed women, heal women? It does require a lot of patience. And I've learned, it took me decades to learn patience.
So I think Tamika hit the nail on the head that it is a lot of layers. It is not always pretty. Sometimes it's happy, it's sad, it's joyful, it's depressing. It's, I personally went on the surface level and then went to the shadow work. And she was right again about the shadow work. It's deep. Me personally, I wouldn't, I told everybody I was doing the shadow work, but at the same time, I kind of isolated myself to get through it and really concentrate on what I was doing. But yeah, it can be, healing can be all over the place.
Yeah, it's like Hermika said, it's everything.
Mm-mm.
It truly is. And peeling back those layers is something else. I'll say that.
So
Absolutely.
go ahead, Mama Nista.
I was going to, Mika had some, spot on parodies there. I One thing of just adding another layer, another filter, is the kind of help me help you. And as far as I know, that's kind of a joke that gets thrown around, but truly, a part of healed women heal women. And I think that that's just sometimes we have to be able to articulate, hey man, I need some help. I'm knee deep in alligators here, and I don't got a pair of waders. I need to see if you got a pair of waders that I can I can go through this swamp through. The swamp is life. But I just think that being better at advocating, even while you're in the healing process and the healing journey, I believe one of those biggest things is being able to reach out to our elected family or our family that we were born with and just have, help me. I need your help.
Yeah, I know. Because healing dismantles generational trauma. It interrupts pain passed down through inheritance, like inheritance, and rewrites the story. And this is part of why personal healing is considered revolutionary in a world that profits off of broken people. Choosing wholeness is rebellion. So healing isn't just a self care act. It could be political, spiritual, communal. So you know, how do we get past that? Um, and like Mika said at the beginning, it takes work. Um, it means that a woman who has faced her wounds emotionally, mental, generational, and transform them into wisdom. So, and then they become a catalyst like Mika. um, and that's why I, wanted to lean on her more so for this particular topic because this is what she do. This is this is what she do for people, men and women alike. So,
I think also you have to give yourself grace. And then, like for me, whenever
absolutely.
I was doing the shadow work, a lot of it was childhood trauma, and I had to learn how to give others grace.
So when you're saying doing shadow work, like I know there's books on how to do it and where to start and things of that nature, but how do you know you're starting at the beginning? Like, how do you know when you're starting shadow work where to begin?
Okay, so for me, I took a workshop for Coach Derek, and basically, it starts off with questions, and I kind of work my way back.
So when I'm guiding someone through, do y'all hear a echo?
I do. I think
I
it's
don't.
me.
Okay. Hello.
I
Okay.
don't hear it. So
All right. Can you hear it now?
I
Okay.
I, I wasn't able to hear it. So, but
So when I'm working with someone and we're getting to I always say, what is your first memory of pain? What is your very first memory of something that hurt you? And we start there. And usually that isn't that isn't the actual beginning. Sometimes it goes further than that. Something that they saw when they were a child. Because you got to remember that even though children can't speak, even though they are in their months or years, early years, they may not be able to articulate. Their mind is still soaking in stuff. So if you're a 1-year-old baby, and I'm just going to use this as an example, and you watch your parents DV one another,
hmm
that is embedded in your subconscious. It is a memory that you may not even know that you remember, but it's there. It goes all the way back to even then, you know. Um, yeah, like you know what I mean. So it's it's those type of situations that you don't even realize make a impact on you.
so can someone begin healing? Can someone begin without begin healing without being fully healed?
Yeah, no one's fully healed. Let's just put that out there. No one is ever fully healed. You're going to be, you're all, healing is a continuous journey. It's a
And
process.
and that's where I was, and that's what I was like, can't, but I was thinking to myself, well, that could be like a lifelong journey because you're
It is.
constantly, right, Emerald, lifelong. So,
So let me just say, healing is going to be a lifelong commitment to you.
so
Okay,
you
that
don't
is a
have,
commitment to you.
so it's basically your progress, your growth, your honesty with yourself.
Not just honesty, but your transparency, seeing yourself
Yeah.
raw. uncensored, and sometimes not even through your own lens, but being able to see yourself and accept yourself through the lens of others. You know, there are things that we do, and sometimes you may not understand the questions that are asked of you. And you and I had this situation, if I may bring it up, where I asked you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it had nothing to do with you, but it was about you, right? The question that I asked you was if you felt a shift between us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the shift isn't a bad shift,
Right.
right? The shift was me because I know that I am shifting, right? And I know that I am healing, so therefore I'm moving up, right? But
Right.
for me, one of my primary goals is to make sure that the people I love the most, the people that I am, I want to make sure that you're never affected by my shift in a negative way. So you know, I should have prefaced that before. You know, you and I had a little misunderstanding when we were talking. You know, you're like, "Well, do you want me here?" And I'm just like, "Yes," like beyond anything. But it's more so of, okay, I know that I am here, but I want to make sure that I'm protecting you all. You're not collateral damage because I'm healing and I'm letting go of things and I'm letting go of people. And yeah, the echo is definitely back. Is
Alexa
your
off.
hello?
Hello, 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 hello.
I hear it, inhibit it.
Hold up. Let me see. Let me pull that. How about now? Do y'all still hear it?
Say
Is it
something.
your other phone?
Yep.
It's still there.
Uh,
Test, 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 test.
is it me?
Where's your phone?
Right here?
This phone. What is it on?
A tripod?
Take it off of that tripod.
Then
It's
I
that
have to
magnet tripod.
it's the magnet on the back of the phone. I mean, it's what I've always used.
It's
But
the one that you just started using.
no.
But I don't hear it from you, Dom, and I hear it from us.
Okay, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna leave and come back.
Okay.
I think we should just all leave and come back real quick. I'm gonna back all the way out. I'll be right back.
Okay. What's up, Stoke? Good morning. How are you?
My God, I got the echo too.
I mean, you was muted. Thank you. So I don't know, because I don't hear it at all.
How about now?
Say something else, Mama.
How about now? Do you hear it now?
I think
Oh,
me and you are still echoing. I can
I
hear. I
do
can hear
too.
you.
I'm gonna drop J2.
Yeah, I still hear it, and I went out of the live and came back.
I say don't worry about it.
Yeah, for real.
You guys think it's me?
I don't hear it at all.
Drop and come back.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how y'all feeling today?
Good. I hear it just a tiny bit.
Yeah, it's still for us.
Yeah.
It's just not diamond.
It's not diamond.
I don't know. It's so weird though. 'Cause I don't hear it at all. What's up, Stoke? How you doing? Tap tap tap.
No, and I'm not even on any Bluetooth or nothing. I'm not connected to no.
I'm not either.
Neither am I. I'm just here. Mhm.
They're not trying to great.
I know this is it did the same thing last week, and I don't know why.
Mhm.
But anywho, are y'all still hearing it?
Yeah,
From
I
us.
don't think it's bad.
Uh, it's okay. I'm
It's
not gonna.
okay.
Mwah.
All right, so why don't we try this? When one person is talking, everybody else mutes and see if it takes it away.
Thanks, Stokes.
Microphone check up. 1, 2, 3. Everybody mute but me today. Am I still echoing? Echoing. Okay.
Okay, so where did we leave off at?
We were given an example of when you're growing and how you want to protect the people that are around you while you're healing, and that's where I was using that as an example of, being completely transparent with the people who are around you so that they know exactly where you are. Because believe it or not, while you're healing, you're changing. And that does affect the people around you directly. If they're really in your life and really invested in you, it's going to affect them. And it should affect them in a positive way.
And yeah, that's where it was when my question was, can someone begin healing without being fully healed?
Yeah. That's where it starts.
And then, yeah, because it's a destination.
Yeah.
And that's when we came. Okay, I'm back.
So it's like, so just think of healing as that ultimate vacation getaway that we're gonna keep going and going and going and going until we find it,
Yeah,
right? With the realization that
son, I don't think it was you, because I'm hearing it with Mika now.
it's a glitch.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm fine though.
So the tree is going to continue to grow. It's going to keep being here, and the healing is going to continue to heal, and you're going to continue to heal until you decide that you're done, and then you'll be stagnant in that spot. When you stop doing the work on yourself, then you become stagnant.
So I have a question for each one of you. What's one thing you've healed from that you never thought you would?
Being essayed.
I think I buried it so deep that it doesn't even bother me anymore. Until we talk about it.
So I think that's something that you probably unpack at some point in time.
I know. Now that we're talking about shadow work. Funny but not funny. But yeah. Anybody else?
I would have to say probably the same answer Tamika gave. And I can even talk about it now, where used to I would just be really angry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's more, okay, I'm good.
And that's how I think I feel. I don't know, because I really haven't.
There's a difference between suppression,
Yeah.
and then there's another difference between going through the motions of reliving that moment.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you. I didn't mean SA is DB.
Okay.
Okay.
Just as bad.
Yes.
Just as bad.
I think when you start getting down to it and you're able to forgive, how do you know you're healed? Whenever you can talk about it and you have no emotional response to it. That's how you know when you've gotten past something, is when you can talk freely about things. Like, you know how I talk about my health journey. And how you
Mm-hmm.
said, that's not normal for people to say that, Nika. You know what I mean? But I talk about it so freely because I've already accepted the situation for what has happened. I've come to terms with it, and I can speak openly about it without any emotional attachment to it, and I don't have an emotional response. Like, I can literally know that I can be in the same person, in the same room with that person that has either emotionally aid me, physically aid me, or being perceived as aid. Okay, because that goes a little bit deeper on my level in my life. Um, you know, with the situation with someone that I love very deeply. Um, so that is just something that that you can talk to it. You can talk about it and be able to help other people through it because you know how it what it took for you to get past the emotional part of it.
So, Emma says, so do you feel there's a difference between acceptance and the reaction your body has to similar?
Yeah.
Mm.
When something is still bothering you because you'll get hot, your body will still have a reaction. Like literally a physiological reaction to something that is a TRIGER for you, an emotional thing that that causes that for you. Your body will physiologically respond. Like that hit, that feeling in the bottom of your tummy, and you start feeling just like a little sick.
It's not gas.
It's not gas. That's an emotional response. When you start talking about something and the back of your neck starts going like this, and your hair on your arms, your body is responding to it, and that means that you're still healing from it. You haven't completely healed from it.
But you know what, and you might be right. I may have suppressed it, and I feel like I suppressed it because the people that harmed me is no longer in this world, and I feel like that was karma, and I'm happy about it. Is something wrong with that?
No, there is nothing wrong with that at all. But there's still emotions there
Yeah.
that have to be dealt with when you're ready. And it's valid because the first person that ever happened with me, retribution happened almost within the year. That person is no longer on, with us.
Yeah.
But I still had to heal from all of that.
Yeah. I mean, I get it,
You have a
that's
feeling of safety because they can't come back and do it again.
and I just know when I found out that they were no longer here, it made me happy. And it might be because, like Marcy said, that person can't hurt no one again.
Right.
But I wanted everybody to know what that person did.
Yeah. Did you tell?
Y'all.
Okay, well, write it down in the book and say that person's name. I think you can be going through like a healing thing coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And part of our exercise while we're there, because this is a healing getaway retreat, is going to be releasing. And maybe that will be your time then to release that. It's up to you. You know what I mean? 'Cause we'll be doing an exercise in which you'll write down what it is that you no longer want to hold inside of you. And it's part of grief. It's part of reaching your inner child and getting back some of that innocence back. And one of our healing exercises is going to be a fire release ceremony, and that might be a good opportunity for you then to do that. And you will have a therapist there to talk to, aside from myself, that can help you process that before we do that. So it's a perfect opportunity for you. No shameless plug or anything like that. It's just, I'm just letting you know, like, that's part of what we'll be doing when we're there. And then you'll be surrounded by people that are there to help you go through that. So you'll be in a safe space.
Oh yeah, that I know. I'm not worried about where I am, where I'm going to be at, or who I'm going to be around.
But I
I'm
mean,
not.
but it's important though for others to know that when you do that, being surrounded by people who love you and that can help you do that, having that support is very pivotal to your healing.
So,
You know.
Mama, yeah, Mama Nisa, did you want to answer? Like, what's the one thing that you've healed from that you never thought that you would?
One thing that I talk very little about on here, but has been a huge roadblock for me in my life, is being raised as a Jehovah's Witness. It the things it allowed adults to do to me, the crushing moral fiber that it tried to push off, impossible moral. You just couldn't ever meet up to this moral standard. And so it just so repressed you. I was scared of everything. I didn't talk to people. I ignored people. And then I got to be about 15 or 16, and it kicked in about how I was rejecting all of this nonsense that I had known was nonsense since I was about 5 years old. And just went kicking and screaming my way out of that. But then it made me like this violent, angry, honked off person. And I've paid a lot of money over these decades to go through my own healing process, and to go through counseling and psychological help, and it's been a phenomenal journey. But that was probably the toughest thing for me. It just totally took my whole little spirit out of my body, took my whole little special soul. I just, but to be able to regain it and to see where I've come from that, and into, and to come into my own over these years, it's also been the most beautiful thing in my life. So
that's a positive way of looking at it, but I still feel like there's a little bit of anger still left there.
oh man, I'm just, and you can't, because I've talked about it, JW, like coming and knocking on my door or something, and I'd just be like, but it's just they're brainwashed, I'll have like that momentary or that secondary little, oh, come on with it, Cletus. But then I'll be like, I end up feeling sorry for them, that they're so brainwashed in that cult that that they're following, that these ways of just like I said, of taking your mind from you, taking your soul, taking your spirit. How dare they?
Emerald said her dad was raised in her in-laws as JW.
Oh, thank you so much. Agape love for understanding that.
But yeah, I had my fair share of having to deal with JWs. It used to be a constant knock on the door all the time. It's like, why do these people feel like they have to go knocking on doors to get people to
Mm.
Early Saturday morning,
every
yeah.
Saturday morning?
they stopped coming to our house, and my mom went to the
Ain't
door
that the
neighbor.
Anthony?
I only had one incident, and I actually stepped out of the house and talked to them and challenged their ideology, we'll call it. So they didn't come back after that.
Oh God, that's a whole new topic on. That's a topic of itself.
Woo.
About how organized religion forces itself upon people. Their
There
own
needs to
beliefs.
be a country song about there's a tear in my beer and I'm gonna belly on up to the bar after they got done with me after they come knocking on my door. I'm sorry.
Our door, I know that. My mom said, "What? Mom, if y'all don't know, my mother was a nudist. Okay, so you came over to my house. I had to tell y'all, my mom was known as a butt naked mama. So you came over to my house, you knew my mom was she was gonna be comfortable in her home, so you had to be comfortable with the human body. So
That's what they got when they knocked on the door.
she was butterball naked. That day she got tired. She said, teacup, leave the door. I got it. Because I was like, my mom is asleep. I used to go to the door, like, my mom is asleep. We gotta go. And she came to the door and she was like, what? it was like,
Well,
Attention, Kmart shoppers.
yeah, and it's energy. Sometimes your scars are the map to someone else's needs. So just never know.
just the side eye for it.
No, another question for you guys, and for the chat, if you guys would want to participate. What does healing look like to you in one word? For me, it's self. Well, it's a compound word. Self love,
For me, it's elevation.
growth. I see. Energy said one oaks at peace. Nirvana.
Transcendence.
Good.
Transcendence is my word.
So that just tells me everybody is on a journey of healing.
Yeah.
That's what you just told me in
Yep.
one word. Determination. Okay, Dottie. Marcy said Led Zeppelin. Lord help her.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Intro.
So, and since we answered that one so quickly, but who's one woman in your life that helped you heal?
Huh.
I'm gonna say my mom to a certain extent. Yeah, my mom helped. There's quite a few women I could think of that been
Pivotal for
huh?
that. I have to say my mom, and I'll have to say in the last 5 months of her life, put me on this journey where I am right now. But if I had to say that, I can't put it with just one woman because I've come in contact and I've done the majority of my healing in the past 4 years. So I have some chosen family members and some chosen sissies that are those women for me.
Healing is like a mosaic, repurposing your brokenness.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said earlier. Was I didn't say it quite as poetic, but it was like turning those broken pieces into fuel to turn it into your superpower.
It truly is, and I love my superpower. But I'd have to say my friend Jen on FB. She kind of started the process, and then along the way, I've had much help from many different women, including you, Tamika. Thank you.
Yeah, like Energy said, at the top of my list would be my mom and my grandma, but then it's people thereafter up until now, and still like the people that show up here every week. Um, I don't a lot of the topics I'm learning like this one. I'm learning um, as part of I would say my healing journey, listening to you all and understanding. Um, yeah, Tamika. Yeah, no cap. Tamika love bug syndrome. But yeah, let's go. Thank you, One Oak. So I think I think we all learn something each week from these lives, or that helps us process our healing journey. So I'm gonna step in here and say thank you. I'm gonna say thank you.
I have to say thank you to you as well, because I have to say during a very hard part of my life of recent, you and Miss B,
Hmm.
yeah, and you know exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I do.
Silence.
Mm.
And yes, Diamond, this live is definitely going to impact on helping me heal. So thank you, and everybody has been in it.
Right, and yeah, Dr. Anthony, thank you. I just want you to. I
Yeah.
did get your invite. I got your invite. I haven't clicked on it yet, but I see it. It's still there.
What
So.
invite?
Diamond, if I could backpedal just a little bit, because I wanted to answer
Yes.
the most influential woman that we all should be thinking about first and foremost. Oh, thank you, One Oak. Is ourselves. I'm sorry. I thank me. Because my healing journey has, if I, it was my persistence, my just sheer determination at times, my frustration. But as we say, this is a revolution and an evolution. And those are big words in my book. So number one, I give myself all the grace. But number two, thank you, Emerald. Number two would be my Mrs. America, and that's my mommy. So she's in heaven right now, but in the later years of my life, man, she was like my road dog. She was my ride or die. She just, all those things we got to catch up with, and we got to make right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was
That's beautiful. I love those
just,
kind of stories. Oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
Woo, I know. I'm like, be still. Don't you. But it was beautiful. I have so many beautiful times I shared with her, and so many rites of passage and things she got to see in my life, and and the change that I saw in her, the sweetness and the kindness and the real loving mother. It was just the most precious thing to me, and it still is. She's in heaven. I promise you, I talk to her at least once a day.
That's yeah. I love that too. I love that. Like, I
Oh,
mean,
oh,
as
thanks,
long
sweetie.
I feel like as long as a person is in your heart, they would always be with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely, Nicholas.
We're gonna testify on that. Somebody go get me the the pulpit.
So finish this sentence. A healed woman blank. got to finish the sentence. A healed woman.
It's constantly evolving. It's choosing growth.
That's I was gonna say. Okay, prevails.
Oh,
I was gonna say growth is growing. A healed woman is growing.
I would say elevates, and not only elevates, but helps others through their story.
Mm-hmm.
hey, Coach Mel,
I like that,
that's
coach.
dope.
Yep.
I say healed women for president. Mm.
Thriving. A healed woman is thriving, inspires. See, this is what it's about. Like those of us that are going through this healing journey, and I think we all are, needs to hear this from other women, other people. Um,
Definitely.
so do you believe healing is lonely before it's liberating?
Yeah.
Why or why not?
Yes.
Because you got to go within yourself. You got to let go of other people and stop holding on to other people for support. You got to stop holding on to those, I guess,
I got you, man.
those lifelines.
Hmm.
And you got to learn how to fly on your own. You got to let the training wheels go and say, okay, I can do this. And then after you've learned how to sustain flight on your own, then rejoin the group and become a collective healing people going back out. But yeah, it is lonely. Shadow work is not, and I keep calling it that because it is. It's going back and just peeling back those layers. Um, it's something that you have to choose to do, and you have to keep doing it for you.
Okay. Just to respond to Coach Mel, we come here every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, and you can feel free to join the panel if you like. It's called 31 Voices. This is our podcast, and it's definitely for women, and it's about women, and we want to hear your voice. You're welcome to join the panel. You don't necessarily have to stay in the chat unless that's your choice, of course. But yeah, every Sunday we have multiple topics. Each week is something different. Um, I'm still struggling revisiting the essay topic, but I promise you it's going to be a part of this season. Hey Jane, yeah, this is season 2, episode 7. I think we had 20 episodes in season 1, so and we're already on episode 7. So yeah, feel free to join at any time, or 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Yes.
YouTube.
Me too. What?
You're also on YouTube.
Oh, I thought you said
Or,
YouTube. Oh yeah.
no, or white,
YT. You can subscribe on YouTube. These episodes are downloaded there. I got some catching up to do because I haven't been editing the longer versions, and then there's some clips there too. So, and it's called 31 Voices Podcast on YouTube. And then you can also follow me here at 31 Voices because this is going to shift. I want to say probably closer to closer to the end of the year, or I'll probably wait till the beginning of next year where I'm just going to start doing these from the 31 Voices page. And at 31 Voices here on TikTok. So the lives will be coming from there. Hopefully, if I get up to, I think you have to have 50 subscribers to go live, and then you could dual stream, I think. So I'm just gonna come back in and just say, here I am. So you can follow me here. And yeah, there we are. Just wanted to answer Coach Mel. So, Anybody else wanting to answer? Do you believe healing is lonely before it's liberating? Because I think Mika wrapped it all up.
She did.
Yeah, put a pretty bow
So
on it.
I like what Emerald said too, because at first I thought it was lonely, and then I realized I had to be okay with being by myself before I could be with others.
Yes. Thank
Yes.
you. I'll follow you back after this, Coach Mel. Yeah, I feel like it has to be lonely because, like Mika said, you have to start with yourself, and who's there with you? Nobody. So.
The face looking back at you in the mirror, like, what we gonna do now?
Yeah, reclaiming your power for sure, energy for sure. So I don't have any more questions. You guys pretty much. Wanted this. Uh, it didn't have to go the whole 2 hours, of course, but I just wanted to know more about healed women, heal women, because I know it starts from within. I know you have to do, like Mika said, the shadow work, but I struggle with understanding shadow work because for me, I just don't know where to begin or how to begin.
Okay.
Hmm.
May I interject?
Unless you want to answer Emerald's question first.
Resilience look like to everyone? I say just being, to me, resiliency is weathering storms regardless. Yeah, it's like, to me, that's what resiliency is. Is keep going. Is being a buffalo.
Yep. Keep going.
Going through the storm.
Keep going no matter what.
So, but yeah, that's for me. Like the shadow work part. That's where I struggle. Like not knowing where to begin.
So the first thing I would say, if we were in a session, I would ask you to get your journal and ask yourself these two questions. What do I criticize in others? And then the other one is, when do I feel most triggered? Those are your beginning for your journal prompts, right?
Hmm.
And then from there, you can start therapy, whether it be somatic therapy, guided meditation, going through learning how to channel your energy, like doing stuff like Qigong or Tai Chi, going the physical route with letting out those things. But first, it's asking yourself questions and then getting to the root cause and figuring out what is your first memory of being hurt. Write that down. What is your very first memory? What is the first thing that happened to you that you can remember that caused you pain? Sorry.
Mine was asking myself, why do certain things keep happening? The cycle. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm.
But really, I think me, it was the self awareness that I needed to do something. Some things were off. A lot of things I need to heal from, and I think the self awareness of that is what kind of started the journey.
So yeah, self awareness. But anybody else have any questions they want to ask?
I even have a guided meditation for shadow work.
Do you?
Hey, this.
Why questions? Oh no, I was just reading what Coach Mel was saying.
Yeah, it usually takes you
Oh,
back
yeah.
to something in your childhood, and sometimes it could be something that happened in early adulthood.
Hmm.
But getting to the whys and going through the memories and then diving into those. and then figuring out what works for you with working through that. So some people like to journal, some people like to talk about their stuff. You know, I will tell you, let's dance it out.
Mhm.
You know, music is very therapeutic. Um, yeah, so music, um, finding a support group to help you through certain things. Coming to 31 Voices. This is a safe space, safe place that you provide for people to come here and be transparent, you know?
Very much so. Safe space. We created a safe space for you to be your authentic self. Um, like I said earlier, we want to hear your voices. We want to know, um, how these topics relate to you. We want you to share with others what you've learned. If you learned anything, even if it was one thing, share it out to others. Just share it. Let other people know that we exist, and you're a part of that existence. Um,
Mercy.
so we know healing is a destination, guys. Um, Anybody else have any questions they want to ask? Oh,
I
Marcy.
Marcy is, I tell you, she sings in this stuff. She is so witty, and I'm just crazy about that girl. So she my Alabama connection. But I one thing that I guess I probably have the same thing you've talked about, Diamond. The how do you know? Um, some of the things are so complex to
Hmm.
to even get to a point of where you think you're making headway in your healing, and then when you're breaking things down, how do you know? I I stutter around because
Trying to
like
find the
they were,
words.
yes, trying to find different words, but I because sometimes, many times, with and it's with the subject of essay, um it's I have so many symptoms of things that linger from being over sexualized at various times in my life, having addictive type behavior, personality, and that's me being brutally honest here in a
Hmm.
group of women that I trust, and that every Sunday morning make a change, a positive change in my life. So just being open and honest, uh, then you realize that you still have one of those traits, or whatever the case may be, and I guess it's just maybe that's a healing that takes a lifetime,
It
that
is.
you just work on for a lifetime, and push away as we need to in this, in just a survival.
Right. Emerald said you don't survive wrong.
Ooh, dig that.
So, but yeah, like just to add on to what Mika was saying, like some of the ways you could start your healing, like she mentioned, like therapy and counseling, journaling, inner child thoughts or triggers, um, setting boundaries unapologetically. Um, that's where I am. That's where I've been for the past few years, is working on setting boundaries because people will drain you if you allow them to, and if you don't want them to, they will. If you don't want them to, but practicing self forgiveness and daily self validation, like you said earlier, looking in that man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror, um, like what else Mika said, sisterhood community, like here. Just come here every Sunday. You'll be all right. So, one way, and Mama Nisa, with what you just said, I feel like letting go of the shame and learning to receive love. Um, and that just starts with one act of self compassion. So, and build from there.
Okay.
I believe that too, giving yourself grace. That was something that I struggled with a lot because in the past, I was always the one to be strong and not show weakness and just keep it moving. And I had to sit down and learn that I need to give myself grace.
Yeah. So, but there was this quote. Let me see. Um, well, it's a couple of quotes, but this one, like, I like this one, and it doesn't give me a name of who said it, but it's a healed woman is not perfect. She's present. She's powerful. She's peaceful. That that resonates with me. Um, Knowing that I know, of course, nobody's perfect. We all know that. But I show up. I'm present for myself. I feel like
Can you read
definitely
that again?
a healed woman is not perfect. She's present. She's powerful. She's peaceful.
Why does that
Exactly.
resonate with you?
You said why?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm all of that except the mhm, not except, but I'm working on the powerful part. I feel like I am. Why X Y?
You're very powerful. Your presence is powerful. Okay, so let me tell you. Let's go back. Let's rewind. Okay. Rewind to our first interactions with one another. Now you know how I am in my presence and where I stand with who I am. But if you immediately commanded respect from me to the point where I kind of feared you,
I remember you saying you always tell people I was scared of her.
okay, that's power. Not in a bad way.
I know.
You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I can't play with her. Like I didn't know where the lines were, where I could play with you until I found out that you do have a silly side. You know what I mean? And then I make it my point every day to make you laugh. You know you know what I mean? Like I do some silly shit to make you.
I know people when people first meet me, yeah, they look at me so serious. They feel like I'm serious all the time. They don't see me as a prankster or a jokester. But I, and did you
I
say me?
promise you, she does have a playful side. Wow.
But I do. I promise you. It's like yeah, Emerald. It's not. I don't know. I learn who people is first before I allow them to learn who I am. I have to feel you. I have to know who you are. I have to, poke the bear a little bit just to see how soft you are. Just to
I
see.
was like this around her. I was like, hello.
Stalk you too. But I'm not. Y'all know. I see, and that's how I am. That's who I am. Like I'm not serious all the time.
But I will have to say that, and this is just me, if I may, this therapize you real quick.
Sure.
So your shell is very, you're a Libra. You have to have balance in your world. And for you, maintaining that balance is your power. Okay? So when someone comes upon you and they are getting to know you or they don't know you, there is a very thick wall that you have around you to maintain your peace.
That balance.
Okay?
Yeah.
To maintain your peace. And as you said, you got to fill somebody out. But that wall is intimidating. And not in a bad way. And you might feel like it's a bad thing. But no, because the one thing I can say, because I know your past, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Your past is your past. I know why those walls are up. And I know why they're so thick. And I know why. Because I'm going to tell y'all, as nice as this woman is, she is as equally ruthless. She will do what she has to do to protect hers and herself. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I say that about myself as well. As equally as loving as I am, there's also that other side, and it's called balance, right? But I'm like, you know, like that. Whereas Diamond is like this. But inside, there's still some very deep loving there. But I will say that Diamond is a shield for me. Diamond is one of my protectors. She don't play when it comes to me. And that's one thing that I do know. And I appreciate that.
I'm here.
It's
Don't-
not just that. You know your purpose in my life because Miss Yvonne told you.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just saying, no, I'm just speaking of myself. It's like I am who I am, and I don't know how to be anybody else. And I don't think, I'll ever change that. I could become a better version of me, but I cannot change who I am. So
Okay, so going back into the therapy part, that is part of your purpose, is to be that protector. And you're learning that, and you're leaning into that, and you're holding on to that. And I see you doing that, and you're protecting people by doing this.
yes, providing a safe space so we could have the Coach Mel's and the Emeralds and the Mama Nisa and Liddy Lick and Tamika Love Bug Central.
Let's rewind it back to the beginning, the inception of 31 Voices, where it started and where it is now.
Yes.
Okay? There, I will tell you,
And
I couldn't have done what you're doing right now.
we tried.
We tried.
We tried to let you do it.
But you understand what I'm saying? It wasn't meant for me.
You were meant to be where you are now.
Exactly. And this is bringing you out of your shell. This is letting the world see that you do have, you're more than just that protector. You have layers. And you are a beautiful spirit, and the world needs to know that. They need to know this part of Gloria. Not Diamond, Gloria. And I'm proud of you, and I'm happy that we have become so disciplined to know that we are not in control of the way that things flow. Because our plan was something way different.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It was something way different. And look at where it is now. You got a whole season with 20 of them. 20 episodes. Complete.
That's a lot.
And I mean, it was consistency.
Because I love this. I love this.
Exactly.
I love what we do. I love us as a collective. I love the fact that y'all show up every week. Hella hot water. Some people be in church.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I'm just saying, some people getting ready for church, some people on their way to church, some people, I'm just saying.
Who got the goosebumps? I do.
I'm just, yes, some people are turning wrenches while listening. So,
I
Dottie,
just want to say thank you, Diamond. I do feel like this is a safe space. I appreciate being able to speak my piece and feel safe.
and you're most welcome, Liddy Lit. Um, you're most welcome, and I just want everybody to feel us comfortable. I want you to feel at ease. We all want you to feel at ease. So I just, you know, welcome you with open arms.
I love you. I love y'all.
I love you too.
This was awesome.
Ooh, she said stay on 3 more hours for my drive.
Oh,
If it wasn't for my daughter and my grandson, I have to relieve her so she can go and live her best life on a Sunday and wait
She
for
all
my.
right.
No, the energy,
I
the
love
energy
it.
level says I'll talk to you later.
I'm messing with her. I know she like, shut up, Mika.
No, she's upstairs. They're upstairs chilling. But yeah, I just know I need to relieve her from her duties because she don't.
One thing I want to say is sometimes, occasionally, there has been a topic that I've been like, oh man, that just sounds goofy, but it always turns into like this transitional. It's like, man, I gleaned this point out of it, this point that I can all apply to my life to make my life better. And I mean, there's something to be said for that. That's so dope. And it's just sick and word up and far out. Groove.
Yeah,
Groove
all
me,
that.
groove it.
One thing that I did learn from this live is that you don't have to be fully healed to be a light for someone else. Just honest.
Tell them.
And that's
Tell
what I,
them.
and that's what I got. That's what I got from this. She said far out. So that's my takeaway. Yeah, I heard the plane. The plane. Oh, go ahead, son.
You're not alone in your healing journey.
And I understand that. I think, like we mentioned earlier, this is like a lifelong journey for us all. So, and I get that. I'm no longer in a. I'm not satisfied. Let's just say that. After today, I feel like I need more of this.
You too, Dory. Fabulous.
Thank you, Dottie, for being here.
Much love, daughter, and everyone in the chat.
Let's go.
Mm,
That's right, Coach Mel. Tell them.
Thank you for being here, Coach.
Yes. And Emerald. So
Awesome.
beautiful to meet you.
Okay, let's go. Public service announcement.
Of course it is.
I'm glad
Oh my
I'm glad we
gosh.
was here to help you get through working on the vehicle.
Talk trash.
I did,
now.
and her diamond sarcasm meter is off the chain. So if y'all haven't.
Y'all got me over here sweating. I ain't even gonna lie. This was one of the ones where I was like, whew, I'm on the hot seat.
Sorry, Mika, but I know you. I didn't want you to plan ahead.
Well, you know what? If anything, I hope I held you up.
You
Made
did.
you proud.
You did. Like I
Definitely off the clip. I was just like, what? I'm like, all right, put on your hat, girl. Let's go to work.
Yeah, I didn't want you to.
Perfect Nugan.
It was on purpose. I did not want you to have to prepare. I just wanted to be flow freely. So,
Mm.
sorry I put you in the hot seat, but I'm not sorry.
Girl, when I tell you
She got your Baduism out.
this one, I'm having a hot flash. I don't know, but I got when I say this wet stains on my shirt, I'm like, whew.
All right. So y'all, I'm gonna do this outro and then I'm done with healed women, healed women. So here's the invitation. Do the work. Because when you choose to heal, you don't just change your life. You change the lives of those watching you, learning from you, being loved by you. So thank you for tuning in to 31 Voices. If this episode moved you in any shape, form, or fashion, share it with your sister, a friend, or the woman you still becoming. And remember, your healing is not selfish, it's sacred. And, for more, just join the conversation here on TikTok at 31 Voices and on YouTube, 31 Voices Podcast. Keep rising, keep healing, and keep being the voice someone else needs to hear. I'm Diamond Travel, signing out. Thank you all for being here.